The subtitle of your 2013 book, The Thistle and The Drone, is How America's War on Terror Became a Global War on Tribal Islam. Can you talk a little bit about what that means and what that looks like in specific policy terms in the last 6 years, since the book first came out?
Michael, it's as relevant today as it was when it came out. Right now we are discussing the crisis in the Middle East with Syria, with the Kurds, with Turkey. All of that is in my book. Why? Because those patterns of history will remain. The only difference is how we are handling it, that is the United States. So the thesis was that the Muslim world has strong centers in terms of governments, and on the periphery, living on the periphery, are tribal societies. And these are very often in clash. And I studied 40 such tribal societies from Morocco right up to Central Asia. And the thistle is a metaphor I got from one of Leo Tolstoy's books. He wrote a little novella called Haji Murad. And he describes how, when he was with the Russian Imperial Army, he was in the Caucasus Mountains. And he went for a walk one day and he saw these little thistles and tried to pluck it. And the thistle, as you know, has a little thorn. And it pricked him. And he said, how like the thistle these tribes are. And of course, when you think about it, Scotland has exactly the same metaphors. So the thistle is this symbol of Scotland, and many other tribal societies see themselves as proud. They want their own dignity. They will resist foreigners coming and trampling on them. And they very often compare themselves to the thistle. So the title sums up the relationship between America after 9/11, going out to look for the bad guys, and the tribes. And as it worked out, a lot of what they identified, the Americans, as the bad guys, were in tribal areas. If you look at the action, the worst kind of drone strikes in the Muslim world, they are being conducted in the Pashtun belts on Afghanistan and Pakistan, tribes, Yemen, tribes, Somalia, tribes, even the Kurd areas, tribes. And then go to West Africa, and again you have the involvement of tribal societies. So therefore I called it, I said, how America's war on terror, which is how we began 9/11, became a war on tribal Islam. So in the Muslim world, it seems as if America is out to fight with the tribes, and of course America is going out with a very different intention. So it helps all of us to see the world as it is today. Even now, when the Kurds have been more or less abandoned by America and their allies, that's how they're seeing things. And they're saying we are facing genocide. For us, it's either we join the enemy, that's Syria, or we'll be wiped out. So it's genocide or compromise. Again, how they're seeing the world. So this book attempts to look at the world through the eyes of the tribes.